So we have some wireless mics here that we're going to talk about today. Now, there's a bunch of wireless mics out there, so the question is going to be, what sets these apart? I'll probably pronounce the name wrong, but these are called the Maono Wave T5. And they were sent to me to create a video for, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all and tell y'all how I feel. Well, the first thing you notice is how small the transmitters are. They're pretty much the size of a quarter. And that small size is gonna be really good for keeping this discreet. Another thing I noticed right away is there's no jack for plugging in a lav mic. And that's a little unfortunate because I know for me personally, there are situations where a lav would just work better. But again, this has such a small form factor that it makes it easier to keep it low key. And that brings me to my next point, that there are a few different ways to set this up. There's a magnet on the back, so you can remove this piece and clip it onto clothes, for example, or stick it somewhere that would accept a magnet. There's also a clip that connects to the magnet and you can attach it to clothes. Another option is this necklace where it also connects to the magnet and you can set it up that way. So now let's just get a couple details out the way before we dive deeper in. It does come with the charging case, which is really good. So you can set everything inside and it charges everything at the same time. It also comes with 2 wind filters for the transmitters, but I find it a little difficult to get these on the transmitters. You essentially have to set the transmitter inside the wind filter. And maybe it's just me, but it took me a little bit of time to actually get the wind filter on. And included with this, you also get a case that holds everything inside. I just want to talk about a couple more things before we get into the sound quality. All right, so you have the most flexibility with this when you're using their app alongside it. So to do this, once you download the app, you'll connect this receiver to your phone, turn on the transmitter, and you'll be good to go. Inside the app, you have a few different settings like gain, noise reduction, and coloration. And within noise reduction and coloration, there's more options to choose from. So if you're gonna use this with your phone or just record external audio to your phone, I think this works great because you can switch between this app and whatever app you're using to record audio. But if you're gonna use this with your camera, I haven't found a way to have this pulled up while also having it connected to the camera. You'd have to first connect this, make your adjustments, then disconnect this in order to have it working on the camera. There are a few settings that seem to carry over if you do it this way. And that would be the gain and also the noise reduction being on or off. When I tested this, it didn't sound like the vocal coloration settings carried over. Now, keep in mind that even without the app, you can still adjust the gain or turn noise reduction on or off just with the device itself. You do, however, get more flexibility with the gain in the app, because on the receiver, it's more of a stepping knob rather than being able to pinpoint the exact gain you want. Me personally, I would primarily be using this with my camera, but for the sake of this video, let's go through it on the phone so we can hear what the different settings sound like. Now we're gonna go ahead and test the audio quality of the mics when it's connected to the phone. Right now, I have the mic attached to my shirt with the magnet at chest level, and this is with no noise reduction and no sound coloration. Now this is with sound coloration on voice enhancer, so now we should be able to hear a difference between the two. This is with the sound coloration on brightness, and I'm assuming this is going to be more emphasis on the highs. Now we have sound coloration on warmth, and hopefully we can hear a difference. And here we have the sound coloration on huskiness. So I'm gonna be interested to see how all of these match up. Now I went ahead and turned off the sound coloration and added a slight noise reduction. This is with no sound coloration and a moderate noise reduction. Now I went up to a strong noise reduction, and hopefully this sounds pretty good. You also have an option to set a custom noise reduction, and this goes from 1 to 15. Okay, so I have the DJI Mic 2 on as well, just so we can compare the two. I just finished listening to the audio and I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad. In the app, you have the option to choose the coloration setting you prefer, and you can even combine it with the noise reduction. For the sound coloration, I think the voice enhancer sounded the best to me. When I turned on the noise reduction, you can hear it cut down the room noise. And in a setting like this, that's what I would want it to do. I think the slight noise reduction sounds better than the strong one as far as how it affects the voice. Overall, I think it's good for your phone or your camera. The added benefit to using your phone is being able to dial in the sound a bit more. And the small size is definitely appealing. But if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, go ahead and drop it a like. Jump down in the comments, let me know what you think. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It only takes a second, and I will see y'all real soon in my next one. Peace.